My favorite part is the celebration of the Mass. It will be the Eucharist. I feel it's the center of my life. I go to it like Mother Theresa would say to you, whenever you say Mass, it should always be said as if it was your first Mass that you're ever saying. And I think of that all the time, because I was very close to Mother Theresa of Calcutta, same Mother Theresa.
Well, there was going to be one last question, but now that you've said that, you knew Mother Theresa.
Oh yeah. You want to hear about her?
Yeah.
Whenever she spoke to me, it was always that very inspirational towards me. But she would always say, whenever you say the Eucharist, Father, always remember, it should be like you're saying your first solemn Mass, when I did back in 1969. The story goes with Mother Theresa, I have a couple of stories about it. Every summer, I would take a group of young people, Mexico, all over the world we'd go, here in the United States too. I would bring them, Appalachia, wherever it may be. But at the beginning, I was trying to find something to do maybe during the week with them, you know? So I found out that they were over in the Bronx. So I went over there, and they said, oh yeah, we could use some help. So I went there, and we would go work in the soup kitchen. After a while working in the soup kitchen, I would be called in the middle of the night, because they had, the one in the Bronx over here was for men, the shelter for men. They would sleep there at night, but they had to be out by 8 o'clock in the morning to look for a job, supposedly. So the nuns couldn't stay there, so I'd say, Father, could you come down, sleep in the homeless shelter there with the men and stuff like that? I said, okay, so I'd go down there. Sleep, I have to get up early to get back here for church, so I'd come back for Mass. Then at one point, they said, Father, we need a priest to say Mass for us. So I would get up 5 o'clock in the morning, go across the George Washington Bridge, say Mass for the nuns to get back here for Mass. And so Mother Theresa would be there, and she would sit in the back, and I'd do the Mass. You know. One day she came to me, and she said, she took her beads off. I have her beads too, her rosary beads. She took them off, she gave them to me, and she said, these are for you, Father, but whenever you pray the rosary every day and you use my beads, pray for vocations. Mother, don't worry, I'll pray for vocations. Then her nuns will make a profession at St. Patrick. This, I learned a lesson from her. So she calls me up, she says, Father, I need a bus. Because of working with my father and because working with on the farm, I had a CDL license that I could drive trailers and whatnot. So I said, okay, sister. So I go to the town here and I asked them for their bus. I got their bus, I go to the Bronx, pick them up one place, go to the other place, Mother Theresa on the bus, pouring rain. She's at the foot of the steps of the bus, and the nuns aren't coming out because it's raining so hard. So I opened up my mouth and I said, Sister, it's a bad day, it's raining, give them a chance. Father, don't you ever say it's a bad day, it's raining. Every day is a good day because God gave us that day, and I want those nuns out here. I said, oh my Lord, I remember that for the rest of my life. Got them on the bus, drove down to St. Patrick's, they all left. They did their consecration. I was there with them, did their consecration, got back on the bus. That was a lesson I learned from her. Every day is a beautiful day because God gave us that day. Then there was a big accident. They had a big wall in the front because it was a very dangerous neighborhood where they live. Big wall there with the wire. Somebody rammed it, and all the bricks came down. She calls me up. She says, Father, could you get some men here to fix the wall, etc.? So the men over here, at that time, there were a lot of Croatian men. And the minute I said it, there were a lot of the masons, and I told you a lot of work down the docks. They knew all their work. So we got in the car, we went there, they looked at it, they bought the stuff, they fixed the wall. Then one of the nuns there said, oh, this is Mother Teresa's room. And they said, oh, we should put a new door up over here, because look at the raggedy door. They have a room, very simple. So the men, honestly, they put a brand new door, a beautiful door, all this stuff for Mother Teresa. When she came back to the States, to the Bronx there, she called me up. She said, come down. I will not go into my room. I want the old door back on. I had to call the guys up. They felt so bad. Come down. They took the door down, and they had to put the wooden door, the junky door that was all busted. She said, we have to live as the poorest of the poor. That door is too beautiful for me. We had to change everything. The men changed the room. They tried to fix up a little bit. We have to live as the poorest of the poor. We carried luggage, suitcases. They carried their a dish, but it's a wooden dish with the spoon, with their sari, and they go. This other track. They live as the poorest of the poor. So those are some of the stories that I have with Mother Teresa.